Hey, Raj.
Tage.
Raj, listen.
It's Tage.
Why did you put underwear in my shoe? It doesn't belong there, Raj.
It's Tage.
These are delicious. Hey, look! I found another one. It's like Punch Buggy. So listen, Raj.
Tage.
No, Raj. Taj.
Tage.
You're killing me. Please, just change your name. I just think it would be easier if you just change your name than make me try to learn the correct pronunciation. And you know what? You don't touch the Morgan letters. Dorinda, right? You don't touch the Morgan letters. And you don't touch Tom D'Agostino. Lou. And Ramona, you don't touch Harry Dubin. It's not right. I don't care if it was 30 years ago. I still have feelings. I just can't quit him. I just hope I'm not allergic to his sperm. No, Bethany. No. You know what, Bethany? I'm gonna knock you out.
It's actually Tage.
Hey everybody, it's me, Jill. Welcome to Jill Informed. This is the recap of The Real Housewives of New York City. Season 11, Episode 14, Caught Between an Ex and a Hard Place. All right, guys, you know this is picking up right where we left off with Sonia literally falling on her face drunk. And they run around to that side of the table and they're like, she gets up and they're trying to figure out what to do. If she's okay, she doesn't look hurt. Barbara thinks she might have hit her head, but Bethany's like, show me where. What? I don't see any blood. What? Show me where. And there's like a vein in her forehead, but I think that's always there. So ultimately, Bethany's like, you always hear this in like horror stories that someone fell and hit their head and then the next morning they were dead. So she's like, I just want to call an ambulance and make sure she's okay. Before the ambulance gets there, I guess they go upstairs into the bedroom and this is just bizarre. I mean, Sonia seems fine because now she's grabbing Bethany's butt. Oh, you have a nice ass. And Bethany's like, thank you very much. Okay, let's just get in bed. And then Tinsley and Ramona come in. Bethany's like, what are you doing, a fashion show? And she goes, no, we were going to go out. She's telling her, yeah, you guys go. Ramona's like, well, I don't think we should leave her now. Bethany's telling her, it's fine. I'll be here with her. It's fine. While she's talking, Bethany is just, I don't know if you guys noticed this, is just casually taking the hair extensions out of Sonia's head. And she's like, I'll be here with her. It's fine. And Sonia definitely wants them to go out. She wants them to leave her alone with Bethany. Oh my God. Sonia loves Bethany. I mean, she really does. She wants to be alone in that bed with Bethany. So anyway, Bethany's like, okay, just like, she'll be fine. How many fingers am I holding up? And don't joke around, just be serious. How many fingers am I holding up? Sonia kisses her fingers and tells her 3. And she's like, okay, who's the president? She takes a minute and she goes, Clinton? Bethany's like, no. And she goes, oh yeah, that Trump guy. And she's like, okay, she's fine. You guys go, just go. So Tinsley and Ramona are walking out and they're walking past the ambulance and all of the equipment and everything. There's a stretcher out there and stuff. And the paramedics are there now. And she's like, oh, they're hot. And I guess they are hot. I haven't really seen them yet. Bethany's trying to tell her, like, don't act up. Just like, calm down, because he took a blood, like he pricked her finger to take blood, and she's like, ow! She made this huge deal out of that. Yet she falls face first on a marble floor and pops right back up like nothing's wrong. But yes, this little pinprick is killing her. Anyway, we see Luann's confessional, and she's like, Barbara came to tell me what happened with Sonia. But you know what? I just couldn't look at her right now because I was just so hurt by what she had said. We cut to Luann's room and Luann talking about poor Luann, while the paramedics are there to see if Sonia has a concussion. I mean, I'm sorry. Yes, you might say that Sonia brought it on herself by drinking too much or taking pills or whatever she was on. I don't know. You could say that's her fault. But if anybody would understand, it should be Luann, who has also been falling in the bushes drunk, as we all remember from 2 seasons ago. Either there's something going on that we don't understand, or Luann is really just as self-centered as we think she is. If you guys watch the Housewives of Beverly Hills, I just mentioned in that episode when everyone was going to confront Camille for her bad behavior and then her house burned down, that Teddy said, you know, it takes a tragedy to like put things in perspective. And I'm not saying this is a tragedy, but it could have been. She could have hit her face on the table or banged her head, or it could have been tragic. And Luann couldn't even bring herself to leave her room? Okay. Side note, I have no idea where Dorinda is because, you know, Dorinda was a little sloshed herself. We just didn't notice it because Sonia outdrank her tonight. Okay, so the EMTs, we're not getting to see their faces. They don't want to be on camera, I guess. And they're taking her blood pressure and everything. Her blood pressure's good. Everything's checking out. She's actually doing well. He asked her, do you take any medications on a regular basis? And Sonia, I don't always hear everything correctly, but I'm pretty sure she said, no, but I am allergic to dust mites. Okay. Oh, anyway, they said everything checks out and her vitals are good. Bethany is asking the paramedics, should I wake her up every couple hours just to be sure? And he's like, she's fine. You can let her sleep now. And she goes, okay. So Bethany would like to shove it in Luann's face that her pupils aren't dilated, she doesn't look like she's on anything, and that's a horrible accusation to make when you aren't sure. To be fair, I also questioned it. Meanwhile, the party girls, Ramona and Tinsley, are at some bar somewhere. And just in case anyone is wondering why I don't feel the same way about Tinsley and Ramona being out partying while Sonia's in a bad state, but I'm getting down on Luann, it's because they actually went and saw Sonia and were going to stay. But Sonia shooed them out. Bethany told them it's fine, go, she's fine, I'll take care of it. So that's a little bit different than just hearing from Barbara that the paramedics were called and not even going out to see her for yourself and see if she's okay. Okay, so now it's the next day and Barbara goes out for a run. Luann, we can hear a voiceover of Luann going, is there coffee? Where's the coffee? What is going on here? Isn't there anyone to help us? Oh my God. If I ever get to the point where I can't make my own coffee and I have to yell for the help to do it, somebody shoot me. Because I do not want to be that person. Anyway, Luann is now outside with yet another personal yoga class. Somehow Bethany and Tinsley are in bed together. Yeah, I guess they were up late drinking Pinot Grigio. Must have been after they came back from the bar. Because Bethany's like, I don't normally stay up that late. Bethany, I told you, man, Bethany needs her sleep. Or she looks rough. Now we're in Ramona and Sonia's room, and Dorinda comes in, and she's like, you guys, you're still sleeping. Come on, get up. And I am just reminded by how white this house is. White ceilings, white floors, white walls, white furniture. I bet it's hard to film in there. But like I told you before, it's like they're living in like an art gallery or something that's just, it's so sparse and so white. Either that or a mental institution. It's so pristine. I can't tell if I love it or hate it. I mean, I think I love it. I wouldn't turn down a trip there, that's for sure. So Dorinda leaves and she's going to go do yoga, and she's telling them to, don't stay in bed too late because it's a beautiful day. Don't waste the day. So they're talking now, and Ramona said, do you know that the paramedics came last night? And she goes, yeah, because I got these. And she still has these like things stuck to her arms where they were checking her vitals. And in her confessional, Sonia said, these Miami Vice houses, they're not made for falling like, out with all fours splayed like a foal. And she goes, but thankfully I learned how to fall off a horse. So, and then we get to see this flashback of, I don't know when it was, but it was a season with Kelly Ben Simone, and they were horseback riding. And it was so funny, you guys. I'm going to play it for you here. She's just bouncing up and down on this horse until she falls off. Oh no. Oh God, it was quite a spill, but it was funny. Bethany and Tinsley are talking now, and Bethany's like, oh, I had a traumatic night last night. And Tinsley's like, well, Luann left before you even came down last night. And she goes, yeah, and did you hear her like screaming for coffee this morning? Yeah, we did. Now all the ladies are in the kitchen. Bethany's making eggs and they're talking, and Luann is out by the pool sitting and drinking her coffee by herself. So eventually Ramona goes out there to sit with her, and she said, last night was just terrible, didn't you think? And she's like, well, what exactly was terrible to you? Luann, well, being trashed and trashing me. Girlfriends are supposed to build you up, not tear you down. Yeah. The way you build up your girlfriends, Lou. You guys, I still love Luann, right? Oh, side note. I heard the scariest rumor ever. It was that Luann and Ramona were not going to come back next year. Big mistake, Bravo. Do not take away Luann and Ramona. They are the worst/best cast members ever. What's it going to be like without them? I hope that's not true. Anyway, Luann goes on to say, I think they have a problem with my success. I think that's the problem. Ramona goes, oh, I don't think so. Luann goes on to say that she thinks that everyone doesn't want her to be successful at her cabaret thing. I found something that I enjoy and they don't. Ramona's like, no, we love that you love that. That's great for you. No, they're all jealous. So what she's saying is that the other thing is that she can be around people drinking, but she can't be around someone sloppy drunk. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't know. That might be true. But to me, it seems like it would be easier to be around someone sloppy drunk, wasted, falling on the floor. Because who would want that? You know what I mean? Like, that's such a good reminder of how horrible it would be if you went back to drinking. Whereas if people are just having a cocktail here or there and they're loosened up and they're funny and they're the life of the party, I mean, it stands to reason to me that that would be harder because you'd be like, oh, I want that. But again, like I said, I don't know. Maybe it's harder to be around someone who's sloppy drunk. Okay, so what Luann is saying is that it's upsetting to see somebody spiraling down like that. And I don't know, maybe it makes her feel helpless or something. But she said, do you know how lucky she is that she didn't hit her head and she could have died? And Ramona goes, you didn't check on her last night? And she goes, no, I didn't check on her because I was in bed. Well, we know that you were told and you were not asleep, even if you were in bed. In Luann's confessional, she said, nobody came and checked on me last night. Sonia said some devastating things. Did anyone come back to my room and say, are you doing okay, Lou? I mean, I could have brought a bottle of vodka back to my room with me. God knows I wanted to. Well, I do feel bad about that, and that never even occurred to me. I mean, she didn't come to check on you, but Bethany did go to your room later. Barbara went even later to your room because she went and reported to you that the EMTs were there for Sonia. So, I mean, you did have people come into your room a couple of times. And besides that, we all were there. What did Sonia say that was so bad? You shouldn't have been with Tom because he was mine first? Was that it? Because, I mean, you shouldn't have. But also, that's not so devastating. Back in the house, Bethany's like saying to Sonia, last night was really intense. Like, do you mind me asking, what were you drinking? And she said, just those rum drinks that they gave out. And she's like, I know, but I mean, like, how many? And she said 5. She had 5 of them. And she goes, those welcome drinks will always get you. Those welcome drinks. Back outside, Luann said, I'm going to ask Sonia to come to my AA meeting with me. Do you think she'd come? And Ramona goes, you could tell her you're going and then see if she wants to come. She goes, oh yeah, I know you can't lead a horse to water. I'll just see if she wants to come with. So back in the house, someone asks about Barbara. Where is Barbara? Bethany goes, yeah, I don't think she's down with us too much. That's a very good question because has anyone seen her since she went running off? She could have gotten hit by a car while she was jogging or abducted. I mean, what is Bravo going to do if we have to have a scene without Barbara? Luann is going about this all wrong because she's coming at it from a place of superiority with Sonia. She's in Sonia's room now and she goes, Sonia, I heard that the paramedics came last night. Are you all right? And she goes, oh yeah, I feel fine. I actually feel good today. And she goes, well, okay, because it's not normal that you faceplant at the dinner table. Really, Luann? Is that how you want to approach this? Is that the way you think you're going to get her to go to an AA meeting with you? By starting off criticizing her? So, surprise, surprise, Sonia gets defensive. Who saw that coming? Other than everyone except Luann. So she said, oh, you mean like how you face planted into the bushes? And then we get to see it. I don't even have to rely on my memory anymore. We get to see that lovely scene again with her going into the bushes. And she said, but I own it. That's why I'm being responsible now with my drinking. And Sonia's like, I just have to drink in moderation, that's all. It's just not going well. Anyway, Luann goes off to an AA meeting. Everybody else goes to hang out by the pool. And Barbara comes back from her run. Oh, good. Ramona apologized for excluding her the night before. She said she was fine. And then Ramona makes a big point of telling her, we're all going to hang out by the pool. Do you want to come? And she goes, yeah, okay, good. We'll meet you out there. So she got a special invitation from Ramona. All right, so Lou does go off to her meeting, and the ladies are by the pool, and they're talking about Ramona's party, how many people are coming, and Ramona's all paranoid about how many people are there or not, and Dorinda's telling her, just uninvite some people if there's too many. I'll do it. Give me the phone. I'll call them, and I don't know what they're talking about. It appears as though Ramona is having a party there in Miami at that house. But I think this is the first we're hearing about it. All right, so now all the ladies are going to get their culture on, and they're going to see this art installation, or they're going to this art mall where there's going to be a bunch of artists, different things happening. Maybe the party's that night because Ramona told everybody that Mario's coming. Yes. But also she invited this guy that she likes and she's been out with for a few times. And then in the car on the way to this art gallery, Tinsley said her sister was going to be there. And Ramona said, Daphne? Daphne. She goes, no, Dabney. Dabney. Ramona's trying to get it right. I love her. Oh my God, this is so Ramona. They're getting out of the car. They're at this Wynwood Walls, which is, it actually does look really cool. It's like, I don't know if it's like street artists who, kind of like graffiti artists and stuff like that, who are doing like all these buildings look really cool. It's kind of a neat thing. But anyway, they're just about getting out of the car, and they were in two different cars. And so the car that Ramona's in has Tinsley and Bethany. And she goes, I'm going to just duck out and go to my friend's house. And Bethany goes, right now? And she goes, yeah, in like 5 minutes. Because I need to rest. And then in the confessional, she goes, these ladies are going to be walking around for 2 hours. I mean, I've got a party to plan. I've got a guy coming and Mario, and I've got to figure out how to navigate that whole thing. Oh. She's just... So going to this Wynwood Walls was Luann's idea. So you know Luann's going to be pissed off, right? Luann is friends with one of the artists, Peter Tunney. I've known Peter for years. Peter! Oh, God. So anyway, so they all go into his gallery, and it's like kind of cool. He's got neat stuff. And he has this sign. It's octagon shaped, looks like a stop sign, and it says stop, but it's green instead of red. Smaller print, it's don't ever, so it's don't stop ever, and it's green. Bethany's like, oh my God, I love it. It's like, that just blew me away. Oh my God, what is it? I have to have it now. Oh my God, what is that? It just blew me away. It's like a stop sign, but don't stop ever. Oh my God. Tell me about this. Well, what is this? And he said he's from New York, and when he lived above the crowbar, that was in the hallway. And she goes, I used to go to the crowbar. I have to have it. So what's that going to set me back? And he's like, for you, 10 with the frame delivered and everything. And she's like, done. Okay, then they come to this thing that he has it in glass, and it's Warhol soup. Okay, here's what it is. It's like a gallon paint can, but it's got a label on it like the Campbell soup label, and it says Warhol soup or whatever. And he says to Tinsley, this for you? He takes it out, and he's like, a casual purse to bring around the town or whatever. For you, it's a gift. It was $5,000. First of all, that's his price, whatever. But he just made Bethany buy a stop sign that he painted green for $10,000. Yet he's giving this to Tinsley. Side note, no way in hell Tinsley is going to carry around that paint can as a purse. Not going to happen. Okay, he ends up giving them all gifts. This is for you, and this is for you, and this record, whatever. Everyone gets something. Luann, what about me? You forgot to give me something. So he hands her something. I don't know what it is, but she's like, thank you. So they all walk out with something, except Bethany, who actually bought something from him. Yeah, and he gives her that paint can, $5,000, and he charges me $10,000. Bethany's like, how about that? And Luann goes, and you didn't get a present. And you guys, this is what Bethany said. That's okay. I have a daughter. She doesn't. Okay. Are you kidding me? You're going to bring up the fact that you have a child and Tinsley doesn't. And what? Carrying her phone around in a paint can is going to make up for that? What is wrong with these people? Oh, good God. The next place they go to, Romero Brito's studio, is Bethany's friend. Let's see what he gives everybody. Oh, it was Bethany that paid for the gifts for everybody. It's these Swarovski crystal hearts. I mean, they're pretty. I don't know if I think they look like they're $8,000 pretty, but you know, he's an artist. Who's to say? It's okay. It's cute. All right, so it is the night of the big party, and everyone's getting ready. Ramona has arranged for the meal with the chef and everything. And yeah, it's going to be there at that house that they're staying at. So while they're getting ready, Ramona is telling Sonia about this guy. He's 6'4", his name is Kevin. He's really nice and personable. He's been married before, he's got an older daughter. And Sonia goes, wow, you really like this guy. You know his name, you know about his family. And she's like, yeah. And I told him that my ex-husband was coming. And she goes, why did you tell him that? And she said, well, I just wanted him to know. And he said, don't worry, I'll be nice to him. So Ramona's coming down the stairs, and Ramona looks really good. Side note, doesn't her dress kind of remind you guys of Camille Grammer's wedding dress? I feel like it's made out of the same material. Well, guess who's the first one there? Mario. Someone's a little eager. Ramona is the only one downstairs, and she's talking to like the bartenders and stuff and going over things, and Mario walks in. This will be an interesting evening. So Sonia and Dorinda come down now, and there are some other guests there too, some people she knows from New York. And anyway, Sonia tells Mario that Ramona has a date. And Ramona's been kind of flirting with Mario. I don't know. I guess you could call it flirting. She's actually reaching up in the back of her dress and pulling down her slip. And it is a weird mating ritual. Let me just say that. Anyway, like I said, Sonia said, Ramona has a date coming later. Mario goes, oh yeah? Who? And she goes, but it doesn't matter because she told him you were here, so no funny business will happen. Something like that. Ramona's all giggly and, Sonia, stop it. And, oh, God. I'm really getting the feeling this party's not going to be as fun as I thought. Okay, so Tinsley's sister Dabney is there, and Dabney is younger than Tinsley. I'm almost positive, but does not look it, does she? I mean, I haven't seen her in a long time. I know you guys have been telling me I need to watch High Society. I saw the first episode, but I haven't been able to keep up with it. I do want to because it's funny. I mean, it's not funny, but like it's... To me, it's kind of funny. And Tinsley is on it, and Dabney, and Dale is on it too. That's why I'm thinking that Dabney is Tinsley's younger sister, but she looks older than her here, doesn't she? Then there's this guy that Luann is interested in, and he's like, God, you gonna have a cocktail with me? And she goes, yes, I'll have a Diet Coke cocktail. And he goes, oh yeah, that's right, I forgot, I haven't seen you in a couple of years. And so they go off into a far corner of the pool. Oh my God, you guys. Okay, so we finally see Barbara, and she's brought her friend Lori. So she said, Ramona, this is my good friend Lori. And Ramona goes, you're friends, not lovers. What is wrong with her? And Lori's like, we're coworkers and friends. Barbara's like, she's married and she has 2 kids. But this is why we cannot have Ramona not on this show anymore, you guys. If she leaves, we're going to lose gems like that. So Ramona's guy shows up, and, I approve. What do you guys think? I think he's very handsome. They're sitting together quietly, and he's like, so is your ex-husband really here? And she said, oh, yeah, I thought you already met him. And he said, no, which one is he? And she goes, he's the gentleman in the yellow shirt. And he asked, you guys have been split up for a long time? And she said, 4 years. He had a midlife crisis. He seems great. But you do have to question a guy who would be with Ramona, though, right? A little bit. She's a beautiful woman. It's just that she is crazy town. So you do question their judgment a little bit. Okay, so Tinsley and Dabney go outside by the pool, and they see Ramona and her guy, and starts off with Tinsley going, oh, that's so cute. They're like flirting, and they're having a little moment, and quickly becomes waterworks for Tinsley. Because Miami's kind of become my thing with Scott. So now she's Dabney's problem. And Dabney's trying to calm her down and say, come on, Tinsley, no. You're better off without him. He was just a weight on you. Oh. I mean, listen. She's heartbroken. I feel bad for her, but it is what it is, I guess. So Bethany has this guy for Tinsley to meet, and she's like, seriously, he's so cute. And he's successful, he's intelligent, he's a great guy. And apparently Bethany was set up on a date with him, and she really liked him, but I don't know, for whatever reason, it didn't work out. So she goes down to meet him, and I think Ramona's guy is more attractive. I think the guy Luann was with is more attractive, but he's not unattractive. It's just, is he too old for Tinsley? A little bit? Maybe not. Maybe Scott was too young for Tinsley. I don't know. In any case, Tinsley is very awkward and acting like a schoolgirl, and she leaves the room and she runs off giggling, and I think that just didn't work out. I don't know. But now it's time to eat, and the other ladies have all worked on something to trick Ramona, and they make a toast and they want to thank everyone for coming to the beautiful house. And then they also talk about the art that they got that Ramona missed out on. It is kind of funny. Then later, Mario comes up and she introduces him to her new boyfriend. And it's very awkward because Mario then said, so I talked to Avery. And Ramona's like, oh, how's Avery? I mean, way to play the we have a child together card, right? What's Kevin supposed to do with that? So he walks away. I think Mario, I don't know what's going on with him. You know what? Let's do a poll question. Do you think Mario is trying to get Ramona back? Yes or no? I don't know. Either that or he wants camera time for some reason. So then Sonia comes up out of nowhere. Now Sonia, who, mind you, she has decided to slow her roll with the drinking tonight. She is just trying to blow up Ramona's spot. She now tells Mario, and she was making out with Harry. And Mario's like, Harry? He's back in the picture now? And Ramona, no, stop it. Be quiet. I don't know what she's saying. I don't know what she's talking about. And then Dorinda goes, hey, she was with Harry. It's true. Poor Sonia. Everybody cross-pollinates with her. Harry and Tom and I don't know, maybe you and I should get together next. Mario goes, no. And she goes, boy, you answered that pretty quick. I'm not chopped liver over here. And he's like, no, not you. It's like with anybody. No, like, oh, God. Anyway, that's where this episode ends. Not a moment too soon. This party was bad, you guys. And kind of boring. This is very subpar from the New York ladies. But we got some drama coming up next week. It looks like next week is when Bethany absolutely loses her freaking mind. So we have that to look forward to. All right, guys, that's it for me. Thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And don't forget to leave a comment. I love to hear what you think of this episode. And me, I will be back next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Central Time for the next recap of The Real Housewives of New York City. And I hope you will join me. Bye.